So I'm in the Word S4 folder, and I'm going to go ahead and open up FCT Island Flights. And then once I get this open, I am going to enable editing and save it with a 4 and a dash in front of the name. So let's go ahead and enable. And I'll bump up the zoom a little bit so you guys can see this better. And we'll save this into our Word S4 folder with a 4 and a dash at the beginning of the name. And we're going to go to the very bottom of this document. We're going to press Control and END, end. And this is where we are going to insert a graphical table. So we're going to go into the Insert tab. I'm going to click on the Table list arrow. And then we basically have to point to the number of columns and rows that we want in this table. So we want 3 columns by 6 rows. So a 3 by 6 table. And then we're going to go ahead and click. And we're going to enter some data into this table. And obviously you can click on the different cells within the table to enter the data. You can also press Tab to go from one to the next, or Shift and Tab to go back to the previous cell. So Tab takes you forward, Shift and Tab takes you back. And I'm going to quick enter in this table. Pressing Tab to get to my next line. And I'm going to pause the video while I do this. You don't need to watch me type. So I've gone ahead and entered all the data. I'm going to go into the home ribbon here and turn off Show Hide. I don't think we need to see all of those hidden characters, non-printables. And our next little step is to add another column to this. So we do need to be in the Table Tools Layout ribbon for this new command that we're going to be using. And we want the insertion point somewhere in our price column. Actually, we'll just go ahead and select the price cell. And then we're going to do the Insert Right command. So we're going to click on Insert Right. And that puts in a new column to the right of the existing column. And at the top of our new column, we're going to key in FCT. And then I'm just going to use the down arrow on my keyboard to quick enter the values into this column. And that should be the last one. Now what they would like us to do is delete the special Circle Island row. So I'm going to highlight the row, and there's a lot of different ways that you can do deletions. Okay, I could right click and choose Delete Row. I can also click on Delete and choose Delete Rows using the ribbon. Okay, either way, you do want to remove that row. And then we're going to be inserting a brand new row. So this new row is going to go above our column headings here. And so I could right click, go to Insert and choose Row Above. Or I can just select Insert Above using the ribbon. Now we want one kind of cell here instead of 4. And this is just going to be basically the name of our table. So what we're going to do is merge these cells together. So when you first insert the row, they are highlighted, and that is what you want. Now, if you've lost that highlighting, you just drag your mouse over those cells. And then we're going to click on Merge Cells. And we're going to click right in that big, huge cell and type Maui Flights in all capital letters. Now at this point, they would like us to choose all of the cells that are in our table. And we could drag the mouse over them, or we can simply click on this little, it's called a move handle, because we could move our table using it. But if you click on it, it actually highlights everything. So we're highlighting all of our cells. We're going to go into the home ribbon, and we're going to change the font to Constantia. And then we are going to change the size to 12. And at this point, they want us to deselect the table. So we're just going to kind of click outside the table. And then we're going to go into the cell that has Maui Flights. So we're just going to click right in that cell. And we're going to go into our Layout tab. And we are going to be adjusting the height of this row. And you'll notice right now that the height is 0.14. And we are going to change this to 0.4. I'm typing 0.4 and I'm going to press enter. So we're making it quite a bit taller. We're also going to be inserting a brand new column. So we should still be in Maui Flights. And what we're going to do is insert a new column to the left. So these are the two commands that are dealing with columns, and we're going to choose Insert Left. And what they would like us to do is merge all of the cells in this column. So at this point, they should be selected. So we're going to go ahead and merge the cells. And then we're going to type Hawaiian Adventures. Now, instead of having the text horizontal, we actually want the text to be vertical. So we're going to click on Text Direction. We're going to end up clicking on it twice. So the first time we click, it's vertical, but it's not the right direction. So we're going to do it again. And now it is actually the direction that we want it to be in. Okay, so we want the word Hawaiian at the bottom, adventures following. And to change the alignment of the words, the vertical alignment, we are going to use the alignment buttons. And they want us to choose Align Center. So it's going to be the middle one. And that should put it in the center. And then we're going to adjust the width of this column. And so we're going to position on the line between columns. We're going to left drag. And we want it about at the 1/2 inch mark. So if you're kind of watching, a little grayed area is the edge of the column. We want it at about a 1/2 inch. So this is the marker that we're looking at right here. And then we're going to position between columns 2 and 3. And for this one, we want it at about 2.25. So halfway between 2 and 2.5 is where we want that column to go. And between columns 3 and 4, we want it at about 4.25. So just going to go right about there. And now they want us to do a slightly different technique. We are going to press Alt while we are dragging, so I'm between the last two columns here. I'm going to press Alt, and you'll notice if we press Alt, it actually gives us a measurement up on the ruler. And they want about 0.68. And then we're going to go to the right side of our table, and this should also be about 0.68. Now remember, if you don't have the ruler displayed, you do need to go to View and turn on Ruler. And again, to see those individual measurements, you have to press Alt while you drag. We are going to 0.68 in those last two columns. And it's going to be approximate. It might not be exact, and that's okay. Now we're going to click up on Maui Flights. And we want this centered vertically and horizontally. So we are going to pick the Align Center button. And our next little task is going to be to select our column headings. And then we are going to boldface these. So you can press Control B, or you can just click the B on the mini toolbar, or you can go into the Home ribbon and select B. Lots of ways to boldface. And then they want us to select all of the cells that have prices and click the Align Top Center button. So we got a couple columns with prices, and they want Align Top Center. So it's this button right here that we are going to select. The next thing they would like us to do is horizontally center the table on the page. So they would like us to click the Properties button, which is located in the table group. So make sure you are in the table, otherwise you're not going to see the tools or this Properties button. And we're going to click on Properties. Make sure you are on the Table tab, and we want to center the table. And you should see the table shift a little bit because it is moving into the center. And at this point, we're going to click away from the table and save our changes.